I mean, I screwed it up. Oh, man. Well, I guess we're just like this now. And hopefully this table stops wobbling. Hey, maybe you guys will actually get to see my full ears for the whole time. Maybe, kind of. Hello. If anyone's here. Hi. My wings aren't sitting correctly, but hello. You guys can hear me, right? Can you guys hear me? I am talking. I hope everyone... Okay, that's good. I know there's gonna be a messy background, and there's probably gonna be a lot of background noise. But I'm in my basement because it's one of the quieter parts of my house. It's also very under construction right now. Thank you. So pretty much just ask any questions you might have for me. I hope my internet isn't just slow. Favorite color is pretty much any color except for really bright neon yellows. I don't like neon yellows. But beyond that, I think every color has a use, so I try to use them all. I just realized you can still see Fenrir. She's all the way back there now, though. She got moved for all the construction. I don't remember how long I've been a furry for. It was a very gradual process, and eventually I just kind of went, oh, I'm this. I'd say it was probably when I made my first pair of paws. Which is probably close to 4 or 5 years ago now. It's unfortunate that you guys can't see these paws better. They're completely black, and so my camera just goes, oh, there's no distinction at all. Fair enough. Everybody starts sometime, though. Well, not everybody, you know, but like everybody who's a furry now started sometime. I do, and it's muffins. Muffins are my favorite food. There's probably going to be a lot of awkward silent moments. I've noticed a lot of people don't like watching live streams during the week. Like for right now, just an example, we only have 3 people here, it says. I don't know who the third person is, though. They haven't said anything. To be honest, I don't know that many makers, so I'm not sure if I can find one in a style that I like initially. But probably Nettlewing. I really like the style they've developed. This mask actually is my first mask, but it's not my first time making something or like working with something along these lines, because I made a pair of paws before I made this mask. And I actually watch tutorials and proceeded to not listen to them, so yeah. Her ears are so heavy the jaw doesn't work unless I lean my head back like this. But it looks very awkward. If I lay my head back far enough, it'll just completely open the mouth. Without me doing anything. That's cool. Toucans are pretty cool. My favorite Fursona species, not sure if I have one. Actually, I do. It's one I still need to actually work on the details of, but it's one that I made. They got, like, just as a brief summary, they got, like, TVs for heads and, like, a cable-like tail. Hello. Do we have more people arriving now? Wonderful. Hello to everyone arriving. People are picking up now. That's awesome. So if you guys want, I'll try and make a video about the species I was mentioning earlier that I still need to work on the details of. Because it's an open species, it's just not well known about. Sketchies are pretty cool. I think they might be just a little bit overrated, if I'm honest. I want to go to a con. I haven't gotten to go to one yet. Hello, people arriving. And just saying spiel again, I am in my basement. It is a mess down here, and there's going to be a lot of background noise. Just so y'all know. It's not a skull dog. It's supposed to be a skull cat. The mask itself was advertised as a skull cat at Walmart. I don't believe it, so I just kind of ran with whatever direction I wanted. And I wanted to give it giant ears, so now she has gigantic ears. And so I've decided that she's a cat-bat mix. So I bend the ears down, they look really short. They're also very stiff. I want to fix that in the 2.0 I want to make sometime. My mom already kind of picked up on it, and eventually one day I just kind of went, hey, I'm a furry. And she didn't really mind because she used to be a cosplayer. As for my dad, he didn't know what furries were. Like, I started with asking him if he's ever heard of furries. He had never heard of them or really knew anything about them. So I explained to him what they were or are. And he's just like, alright, cool. You do you. Have fun. Don't put yourself in danger. Be careful of the stereotypes. I've heard of plain dragons before. They look very interesting. I'm also relying on you guys to ask me questions so I have stuff to talk about. Because there's only 3 people here. So nobody really talks and there's only really 3 people. Tell them it's for a Halloween costume. Tell them you want to make your own Halloween costume if you want to keep it a secret for a little bit. Yeah, that's fine. Go right on ahead. Like this mask, I started making it because I just kind of went, hey, can I get this for a Halloween costume? It's something I had already brought up to my mom, so. And then it escalated from there. Hello? Yeah, my mom probably figured out that I was a furry when I made my first set of paws. And then, like, when I eventually directly told her I was a furry, she was like, okay. I'm gonna fix my hair. It's falling in front of my face inside the mask. And it kind of sucks. Because it makes it more difficult to see through the already difficult to see through mesh. I haven't had that happen yet. I fully see it coming though. Like one day someone's gonna look at my sketchbook and go, "What are you, a furry?" And I'm just gonna probably say something along the lines of yes. That's awesome that you get one for your birthday. Another 6 people here in chat is still dead. This is a Q&A. It's for you to ask me questions. I hadn't even heard of a furry until I started watching furry YouTubers because I'm like, hey, I like how this person reacted to their hate comments. It was kind of funny. Let's see what the other ones are like. I can never get this mask to sit correctly and it kind of sucks. Absolutely not. Well, I will not support something of that sort, especially because 1, I'm a minor. 2, I am ace. I am 0 interest. None of that. So I do not support it. I also don't want to hear about what you do in your free time. So, like, if you're part of that, just no. No interest, none of it. I've been a furry for several years. I have lost count. And this, like, the base mask, unpainted eyes, I bought that, then I attached everything else. Like, the ears are made out of foam, mostly. They had tiny little cat ears that came up to about here, and I decided that wasn't big enough. Okay, I'm gonna count the years that I've been a furry, if I can remember correctly. 1 second, I'm doing math. I'll answer questions, I promise. I'm doing math at how many years I've been a furry. You could probably hear the floors creaking. I don't know if you can or not, but probably. Why is this so difficult? Plush shoots like the one that look like plushies? I think those are interesting. I live in the USA. Now, math again. So, I'm assuming a lot of the EU comments are about the one of the who's your favorite something fur. I don't know what that is, so I can't answer that. And if it's not appropriate, it should not be being said. Now I lost count of my math, dang it. Okay. Oh. Popular furry. I don't know if Nettlewing is considered popular yet, but they're definitely one of my favorites. Didn't know the abbreviation of popular furry. That's what I didn't know. Now I gotta continue the math again. How many years have I been a furry? Five years. Around 5 years. Is how long I've been a furry. What time is it? Sometime after 4:30. I don't remember. It's probably coming close to 5 o'clock for me now. Might actually be 6 years I've been a furry. Like I'm kind of a weird person. Like a lot of people are just like, oh yeah, I knew at this moment. Whereas I'm just like, oh, it just kind of happened. It wasn't a specific moment or anything. It was just there. Like I'm not just gay, but I have been gay pretty much my whole life. Things like that. Like I have a kind of funny story about it that I like to remember. Just don't know if I should share it or if you guys would want to hear that. Hello. I don't know if the chat is just catching up or if people are just starting to talk again. I'm also doing this so that I can get airflow so you guys know and aren't freaked out. I don't know if you've seen other YouTubers do this before, but yeah. Getting some air. That's awesome. I don't know what to do with that information. I'm not used to being people's idols or stuff. If it's illegal in your area, because apparently in some areas it's not, report them to the police. I have not been to a con before. I'd like to go though. I do not know the click. First place I learned of furries was Pinterest. because I was looking at Lucario cosplays and I was like 5. But I didn't like recognize there were furries at the time. I just saw like the one picture of the... I might have this misremembered, by the way. My brain scrambles things over time. But like, I saw the one picture of the guy in a fursuit crouching by the dog, and the dog is like trying to get away because he's terrified. And I just thought, that looks kind of funny. They don't seem too bad. Don't think I've heard of anyone calling it that before. If you hear any scratching coming vaguely from the ceiling, it's my dogs. They're playing with each other. And now there's no longer insulation between the ceiling, as you can see, so it's louder. Just straight up ask them about it. Just be like, hey guys, you heard of these things called furries? Like, play dumb. Because apparently some people don't actually know. As for me, I'm too blunt to play dumb, so I literally just said, well, I am a furry. You've seen my costume on Halloween. You seem chill with it. Kinda. I don't think it's that big. It just gives the appearance of being big because my fursuit is big. Like, if I was to go stand back there, you'd have probably a better view. Which I might do anyways, because I need to check on her. She hasn't been eating and I don't know why. So I'll return in a moment and give you guys a sense of scale. I'm sitting on a pillow over here. Honestly, kids will just grab things. Like, they see something cool and they just grab it without thinking. It's kind of why I don't want to interact with kids too much. Interacted with enough kids in my life. Technically, what you see is just about half of, no, like a quarter of my basement. Because the wall back there, behind that wall is the other half, except for that it has like an open front. Like, where it's not actual basement, it's like the dirt's been dug out and there's a wall there and it's a door to the outside. And there's more in that direction. And I would show you that, but it's mostly got a gigantic pile of insulation. So was I when I went public swimming for the first time. I went public swimming on Halloween though, so it was more chill. And whenever I did see someone I knew, they didn't recognize me unless I had told them beforehand, this is what I will be wearing. Which was kind of funny. Because even the people I had told beforehand, some of them were still like, had to do a double take. It's just like, oh, that's you. Oh. Yeah, I think it's kind of dumb too. However, what's dumber is the people who join the community ruining the reputation of it just because they want an excuse to cover their bad behavior, thinking that's what we're about. That's not the worst thing I've found in a backpack. You don't want to hear the worst thing I've found in a backpack. Or more the worst thing I've seen in a backpack. Like, I spent 1 point of my life living in Louisville. Pro tip, never do that. Honestly, my Raptor mask cost me $50 US, I think. Something along the lines of that, and I got it for Christmas. So yeah, getting an actual Raptor mask is expensive because they're on brand. Because Therians aren't furries, and I wouldn't be surprised if they held a grudge against furries for always being put with them, even if they aren't them, even if they know it's not necessarily our fault. Like, for a while, I did have a grudge against Therians just because, like, I thought initially they were the reason people thought we liked to use cat boxes. I've learned that's otherkin now, and I still hold a little bit of a grudge against it because I'm sorry, in this life you're human, you're just gonna have to get over it. So, like, I can't blame a Therian for hating a furry, necessarily, because I kind of hated them at one point too. Just never said anything about it. And as I've learned more, I don't necessarily hate them now that I understand them, even if I don't understand the mindset behind it. So yeah. Yes, I have red warrior cats. Not a whole lot though. I got up to the point where after Tiger Star dies, and I got to the point where he brings Sky Clan into the picture, and then I stopped reading. Wow. Haven't heard of that happening before. Like, another thing to consider is that also some kids just join these things because they want attention and they're not actually part of them. That sounds wonderful. I had some Oreos earlier. Like, I don't like chocolate cake as much as I love carrot cake, but it's still good. And I only like carrot cake if it doesn't have the raisins. I didn't know that raisins were the standards for carrot cake until just like one day, one thing carrot cake I got had raisins, and it's like, it threw me for a loop. I hated it. Depends on the pizza. Like, if it is the pizza with the ham and all the other stuff, pineapple belongs there. But say you're trying to or like the barbecue sauce pizzas, pineapple belongs there. If you're trying to put pineapple with pepperoni, I'm gonna question your decisions. Like, I've had pineapple on a barbecue chicken pizza before. It's pretty good. I have not tried pineapple with pepperoni, but I already know from my experience that their flavors would not mix well. I'm just gonna not wear the paws because you guys can't really see them anyways. Yeah, that's pretty much exactly the representation of almost all stereotypes. Just like, this thing is bad. Oh, but have you actually looked into it at all? No? Well, then how do you know it's bad? Because I heard it from so-and-so who heard it from so-and-so who heard it from so-and-so. And it's just really dumb. I've never thought of that before. I could see how it could, but I could also see how it couldn't. Yeah, pretty much. Don't get a full suit at 11. You wouldn't be able to fit it when you grow older. Especially being a boy. They don't start growing, like, taller until they're, like, 13. Like, he'll hit 13, he'll grow a full foot taller, and then suddenly his full suit won't fit anymore. That's why I have a partial suit, except for that I'm not a dude. I'm not growing anymore, so... I haven't really tried many varieties of burgers. Like, as a kid, I went through a kind of vegetarian phase. It was weird. I just, not like specifically to be vegetarian, I just didn't like the taste of meat or cheese. So I don't know that much. My brother is also a furry, but I don't know if he's actually committed to it. And my sister is legit a furry, but I don't think she's actually really that committed to it either. Like, she has her mask, but she's made no progress on it. What are preppies? I live on a farm. Specific things do not faze me. Like, if you want your bacon, it's coming from somewhere. I don't really know much about styles. All I've heard about preppies is, like, that they act like snobby rich children almost, and so I can't say if I support it or not because I don't think I've actually met one. So I need more information to decide there. He's got to be cheating. There is no way. There is no way that you're getting a partial. There is no way that that kid's getting a partial suit, professionally made. I had to make this by hand. I'm already back in school. It's why my time has been so short. You need to brush your fursuits. You have to so they don't look horrible. These wings would look horrible if I did not brush them. Don't. Don't do that to your family. What day in September, if you don't mind me asking? I used to live in New York, if that counts. I don't live there anymore. Even smoothing it out with your hand. Like, you see, her neck looks a little rough. Before my birthday, then. Nice. Brother, what are you doing here? I didn't invite you.
Here.
Didn't know this was happening? You're wearing your mask.
Oh,
You cannot fool me.
well, Kira told me. But prior I did not.
If you're gonna be here, bring your own shoes. Don't steal your brother's. The brother will be back, probably. I told him to get his own shoes. This is a construction zone. We've been told to wear shoes. So I'm wearing shoes. I do have pets. One of them's back there, and the other one's over there. And then I have another two upstairs. And one chicken I would consider a pet. She responds to her own name, and she runs up to me when I call her. I mean, if you want to tell me something sad, like, as long as it's appropriate. The brother has returned with his own pair of shoes this time. Yoink. The brother.
Chat, I can see you!
He can see you now.
Hooray! I'm gonna grab a pillow. Be back in a second.
No, you're not grabbing a pillow. You're not being permanent here. You are a guest. I'll just set the mask up like this. It doesn't matter that it looks like my neck is broken. Get down on my level. You're too tall.
Why? I don't have pillows, so I'm just like sit down or something.
Just sit down on your butt.
Just okay.
So yes, the brother is here. One of the brothers I was talking about. Honestly, no. I'm kind of proud of what I do.
The brother. See? Oh, Rose.
Funk.
I'm trying to read the chat.
I support you as long as you're a decent human being, so know that someone supports you.
Rose, respect. I'm sorry, just another person.
You don't
I'm
get
not
to
gonna
know my
tell
brother's
you.
name. He is my brother. That's all you need to know. Funk. I like to mess with him like that, if you can't already tell.
You hit your head, Rose?
Oh no.
Will you call the ambulance?
Funk. Almost like I'm hitting his head.
Do we need to call the ambulance?
Funk. Thank you. Anyways, you can leave now. It's too chaotic with you here. I get too distracted.
Goodbye, chat.
He says farewell. I might just include that in the video randomly, just a random bonk, and let people who didn't watch the live stream be confused. And I don't have an excuse to be confused because I actually scheduled it a half hour in advance. Hello. You just missed some wonderful entertainment of me bonking my brother on the head. Honestly, I don't think so. I do support young furs because I am a young fur. It'd be a little hypocritical to not to. Just as long as they're at an age that they understand the stereotypes and understand the consequences of being a furry. Yes, they do. Mostly. Most of the time. Just do it lightly. I was actually hitting him very lightly and the ears are made out of foam. And you didn't get that from me. I am not condoning violence against your brother. Yes, mostly. This mask is not setting correctly at all. That's a little better. Alright. I didn't have an opinion on furries before I was. Absolutely. Anyone who isn't anti-zoo is not a furry. Anyways, my opinion on furries before I was one wasn't much of anything because I didn't actually know. Like, I saw fursuits and thought they were cool, heard that they were called furries and went, okay, learned a bit more about the community, still thought they were cool, learned about the stereotypes, still went, okay, but those are stereotypes. Happens to most of them. Like, what anti-furries don't realize is that they're spending so much time hyper-focused on it, they're just going to inevitably become one. That is a tough question to answer. Because by supporting Therians, I'm supporting someone being dysphoric. And I do not support being dysphoric. I understand that you're connecting to your past lives and sometimes it can be very fun. But I also hear that it's actually not a lot of fun and it actually sucks a lot for you guys. So I can't support that. But I'm not going to hate on it either because I have no real reason to. We have the same number of viewers as there are likes. Fascinating. Oh, no more. Respect is complicated. It's very complicated. I respect everyone baseline until they... Dysphoric is basically like hating your body. Bye, Courtney. Welcome back. I was asked my opinion on Therians. I explained that I can't support someone being dysphoric. And, now I'm trying to explain the complicated terms of respect. Yeah, please don't vent here. There are places for that. And this is not it. Oh my gosh, this sounds so adorable. I love cats in a normal way, so that anyone watching doesn't think I'm too weird. In a normal way, I love cats. I'm a cat person. So yeah, I respect everyone individually the amount of respect they deserve. I am a person. If I had a past life, I don't really care what it is. I'm getting a call from North Carolina. I don't know anyone there. Boop. I'm not a skull dog. Hi, Wolfish. Didn't expect to see you here. Like potato chips and ketchup? I guess it'd be like fries and ketchup, so actually sounds like it'd be pretty good. I'm gonna need you to specify what you mean by cheesy chips. I am a clueless American. I don't know many foreign things. I honestly don't like I don't like most cheeses, so probably eh. And as for trans kids, depends on the age of the kid. I appreciate that the LGBTQ has brought awareness to the terms we use and who we are, but I don't like the amount of drama that happens and that now there's pedophiles trying to be part of it and all that nasty stuff going on. So, I can't quite say I support it, but there are individuals in it that I'm okay with. Hello! I think I see you on my channel a lot, Blue Kits. I'm not gonna lie, your comment's kind of funny if you remove the context from it. I'm not sure why. Maybe I'm just tired. Congrats. I'm not trans, but I want a binder. Just because I can't say I'm the happiest with my body shape. There's a very specific ideal image I want. And I don't fit that exactly. So, like, I want a binder for cosplays and stuff. Like, to match my characters better. Because all my characters are flat-chested. I am free. I'm not gonna fall backwards. Oh wait, Skulldog King was another person in the chat. I just realized that. I need to actually read things. My favorite thing at school is D&D club. Yeah, that's really my only thing there. And getting to see friends and having my brain used to its capacity. Except for that right now, that's not really happening, so. Like, I got put in a regular geometry class instead of an advanced or honors geometry, whatever you guys call it. So, I am bored out of my mind every day in that class. I finish all my assignments before everyone else, and everyone else wants answers from me because I know all the answers. I'm not going to respond to that. Waiting for questions. Okay, the American school system. You enter at age 5 to 6 into a grade we call kindergarten. Kindergarten is basically the first grade. Like, you go from kindergarten and then it goes to first grade, but that would actually be your second year in school. And it's in its own school called the elementary school. And it's from kindergarten all the way up to 5th grade. But this isn't the case everywhere because some people have weird school systems. Anyways, you enter kindergarten, you go at the elementary school, you go there until grade 5, and which would actually be year 6. I don't know what reception is. Kindergarten is your first year of actually going to school. Okay. Both of my siblings, well, recently learned only one of my siblings is on the spectrum, but it's very difficult to not support it when your siblings are part of it. So yes, I support it. Haven't watched enough of it to have an opinion. My mother thinks it's against children because bad things always happen to them in their stories. So I won't get the chance to watch it. Anyways, back to explaining America's complicated school system. You go from kindergarten to 5th grade. Then you transition to middle school, where you go 6th grade to 8th grade, which is just 3 years in the middle school. And then you go to high school for your last 4 years, which is from 9th to 12th grade. Yeah, we finished school at around 17 to 18. Like, unless you drop out, which is highly unrecommended. And then each year in high school has a really weird name. Like, first year you're called a freshman, second year you're called a sophomore, third year you're called a junior, final year it's called a senior. I'm not responding to it, so I'm not going to tell you what I'm not responding to. But it was a not safe comment. Yeah, after you complete high school, then you can go to college in America. And you finish high school around 18, sometimes 17 or 16 if you finish a year early. And you can go to college or trade schools or just go straight into the working field and get a job. You don't have to go to college in America. It just depends on what you're doing. Like, if you're becoming a doctor, you have to go to college. But say you just, for some reason, really like retail and want to work in retail your whole life, you don't need to go to college for that. That's insane. Do you have to pay for college? In America, we have to pay for college. So if you don't have to pay for college, that makes sense. But in America, since we have to pay for college, you apply to different colleges. Yeah, it makes sense. We also have to pay for healthcare. The government just really likes taking our money. Wait, that's why it's called uni, isn't it? Oh. Our college is probably like your uni. I don't remember. I didn't read it close enough. Also, heads up, my next live stream is probably going to be on Sunday, and it's going to be a painting live stream. It's going to be Sunday because I need more time to actually plan for it and more time to do it. Because I want to make a painting, like a very specific thing. I'll post a picture of it on my community tab. Because, like, I made a rough sketch of what all the colors would be and a rough layout. It's going to be different, and I'll describe that in the thing. Makes no sense without actually seeing the picture, so keep an eye out for that. Any more questions? I'm getting more energetic as the minutes go by somehow. I don't know how that works. Or maybe my internet isn't working and I'm not seeing your comments anymore. Alright, bye. I'm seeing comments now, so it's not going crazy. That's good to know. A face reveal isn't going to happen for a long time. It is time and subscriber based. Like, I'm not going to mention the number because if I reach it specifically quickly, then I'm not going to do it. But after I graduate high school, I'll do a face reveal. Because I don't plan on deleting this channel, so I'll probably have accumulated quite a bit of subscribers by then. Or I might not. It depends on how I'm feeling then. What annoys me the most? The people who come to live streams just to ask for a shout out and that's all they do the entire time. That gets really annoying really quickly. And then I can't kick them out because I'm too busy actually interacting with you guys. Alright then. I have found a lot of spiders before. I don't speak dog. If you have a question, ask it in English. Not much I could do about that, dude. If you don't know, my brother just came by and did the Scooby-Doo laugh to scare me. Like, literally just came down to the bottom of the staircase and went, "Ree!" That didn't make the ears any fluffier. Oh well.
dust plates.
Honestly, I think all you can really do is go for it. I was a bit scared when starting mine too, and I was really doubting myself heavily. But here I am now, 10,000 subscribers. It's pretty crazy. Brother doesn't have his mask. I will cover the screen with my ears. He needs to do his chore of dusting.
And now I disappear to the upstairs.
Alright, we're cool now.
You can stop leaning uncomfortably close to the light.
I don't know if they heard that, but that's kind of funny.
Chat, tell her if they heard it.
Did you guys hear what he said? I am not the youngest. He is just absurdly tall. I am the middle child. He hit his growth spurts and then proceeded to become several inches taller than me. Although I'm still taller than my older sister, so I'm happy with that. Honestly, if it's going to put you in danger, don't say you're a furry. I know it won't put me in danger, and that's why I won't talk about being a furry. I mean, I will talk about it, because I know it doesn't put me in danger. In situations where I think it would, I won't talk about it. It's better to be safe than sorry. Anyone have any final questions for me? Because I'm thinking about ending the live stream now since I've been running for about an hour. No. Leave. I'm ending the live stream. Goober.
I just say bye to them all.
I don't watch anime. My brother is harassing me again. You don't need to say bye to them.
Yes, I do.
You appeared for under a minute.
Goodbye.
He says bye. Why'd you touch my wing?
I didn't mean to.
So any other final questions? We're gonna give you guys like another minute to ask questions.
What?
No, brother.
What? Then why is questions regarding me?
They're not asking questions regarding you. Bye, everyone.
I have now lost another life.
And you all have a good day, too.